Okay, to make a JST connection like this one, this is a factory one. I got my JST kit. I'm just gonna do a quick 2-pin. Got a piece of wire here. Okay, I've taken my female JST. I don't even know what to call them. Taking that part, the little metal part, and separated one. I'm going to strip my wire. Alright, now you can use wire strippers. I like to do it with my fingernail. I take off about, I'm going to say, about 1/16 of an inch, about 1.5 millimeters. Yeah, just a little bit. Just make sure it's nice and, you know, that there's no wild hair sticking out. Set that down. I'm going to grab my crimper. Now you got to set your crimper, okay? I've got mine. If yours is exactly like mine, there's a little wheel right here, okay? Now I've got mine, if you hold it upside down like this and look at it, I've got positive on the left and negative on the right. I've got it in 1, 2, 3 up from negative, 1, 2, 3, 4 up from positive, okay? And that, as it clicks closed, it clicks. Okay, and the next one it's going to open by itself. And then it pops back open, alright? That's set just right to make the crimp without mashing the little metal dealie, okay? I like to do it in one smooth motion. You'll get a feel for it. You got to practice a little bit. You can click it right to the one that it's going to open, and you're good to go. If you go a little further, it'll stop. You'll feel it. Alright, these are things that are a pain in the butt to hold on to. I get it in between my thumb and fingernail, the end of my fingers. Alright, and I get my JST crimper, hold it like this. For white JST plugs, I use the front one. For red, I use the back. But for this one, I'm going to use the front. It's hard to do for the camera. I'm going to put it in there until it clicks a couple times. You'll see the... Okay, that first one didn't show up very good, so I'm going to try and get a good close-up of how to do this crimp. Alright, I'm going to do another crimp because it didn't show up very good, as you saw. Okay, now... I'm right-handed. Let me back off for this part. I'm right-handed. I'm holding my JST crimper so they're easy to use. I'm holding them like this. I don't know how to describe it. The thing's pointing towards the left. Okay. I gotta break off another metal tab. I don't know what to call these little metal things, so I just call them little metal things. And break one of these off. Alright, now let's take a look at this thing. Let me set it down here and do it with the camera. If I can get this stupid thing to focus. Okay, there's the little metal thing. Okay, now the two long tabs at the end, those are going to grab the insulation on the wire. The two short tabs in the middle, those are going to grab the wire itself. This end, this is where the pin on the other connector goes in, that's going to hang out the back side of the JST crimper. Okay, let's back up a little bit and see if I can do this. This is really hard to do for the camera. If we ever meet, dude, you owe me a couple of beers. Okay, now I'm going to grab the JST metal thing so that the tab that's going to grab the insulation is up. I'm grabbing the end that connects to the other connector. The ends of the little tabs are sticking up. Now let's see if this shows up. Now you have to put this. Yeah, that shows up pretty good. You have to put this in the JST connector, in the JST crimper, just like that. The two longer tabs that are going to grab the insulation are flush with the anvil right here. Okay, and you're going to start clicking it closed. And those two tall tabs are going to start going down in that V, and you want to stay close to flush and keep clicking until the until the metal is almost touching the bottom of the anvil. Then flip it over, and you can see there's the back side hanging out. And you want to look closely at the little metal tab. See, I've got it grabbed. I've got a pull on this. You can't grab that little metal tang or else it'll crush it down. But I'm good now. My little metal tang is above the anvil. Man, I hope that shows up. And then I flip it back over. Now I'm holding it how it feels comfortable in my right hand. And I'm gonna do the negative for the one that I did before. Okay, try and hold it so you can see it. I'm gonna stick the, I mushroomed it out. Get lined up for the camera. That's why these videos get so long. This is hard to do. I'm going to push it in until there's just like a millimeter of the plastic in there. I've got this finger touching the bottom jaw for support. And then I'm just going to crimp it down, and that's it. And I probably missed all of that, didn't I? I'll see in a minute here. If that'll focus. There we go. See if you can see it. The back tabs grabbed the insulation, the middle tabs grabbed the wire, and we never touched the front part. And my little tang is still sticking up a little bit. So that, and actually, if you do press that little tang down a little bit, take a hobby knife and stick it underneath there and tease it up just a little bit so that it sticks up nice for when you put it in the white part. And I always store my crimper like that. Alright, I don't leave it open so that it can get knocked around. And then you just grab your wire. Oh, excuse me, grab your plug, which I just dropped on the floor. I'll find it later. It's got the little tang on there. There's a little notch at the top. Alright. Now, like I said, orientation is important, okay? You can go to the gearboxes on any of your tanks to get this orientation. I've always seen it the same. When you're looking at the metal side, positive is on the right. I just did a positive wire, so I want to look at the metal side, the side with the holes in the JST plug where I'll be able to see the metal. And that's the side I want. I want red on this side. My little notch is in the top. So I just put it in there till it clicks. When it makes that little click, then it's locked and you're good to go. And that's all there is to making a JST plug. Now on the other ones, on the other side, these you got to solder. If I wanted to do a 2-pin, if I wanted to just make a 2-pin extension cord, I would take this one. Obviously I'd do the negative, so that both of these. And then you got to solder them in. And then once you've got this right, one way to tell is to just hold it up there. Okay, so when I go to solder it together, I'll know that when I'm looking at the notch side, the side with the big notch in it, positive is going to be on the top. So I'll solder them on there like that. When you get to that part, if you need help, I'll make you a video for that too. Hope that helps. Sorry it was so long. See you next time.